Hello, thank you for joining me for today's video. My name is Tracy Held. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Melbourne in Australia. And today I'm going to be showing you how to make this bay window fold card. It folds up so you can stand it like that and you've got that bay window effect. And it folds flat so you can post it in a standard sized envelope. The products that I'm using for this card are the Flowering Tulips stamp set. I'm using that die from the Scalloped Contours dies. And I'm using the Flowering Fields Designer Series paper. Now, if you haven't seen this paper yet, it's really pretty paper. It's got all the tulip designs on it. And the reverse sides are a bit more neutral, splotchy, just generally pretty designs. This card does have a lot of pieces to it, so I'm not going to go through all the measurements while we're making it. I'm just going to go through the scoring with you, but the measurements are on my blog. I'll post the link directly to the blog post in the comments of this video. My blog is traceofcreativity.com. The only measurement that I'm going to give you right now is your base piece of cardstock is going to be 29.6 by 10.5 centimeters, which is your 11 inches by 4.25 inches. And this needs to be scored at 1 centimeter. 5 centimeters, 9.8 centimeters, 13.8 centimeters, and 14.8 centimeters. And if you're working in inches, that's going to be 3/8 of an inch, 1 7/8, 3 5/8, 5 1/8, and 5.5 inches. And then you can fold on all those score lines. Let's do my stamping first. So with the stamping, I'm using pumpkin pie, pale papaya, soft succulent, and we're going to need some of the black memento ink. The first thing I'm going to do is stamp my sentiment. It's never too early to be thinking about Mother's Day, so we can always have Mother's Day cards ready to go. And then with the pumpkin pie, I'm going to stamp my big tulip. And I'm going to take the pale papaya and stamp the lighter inside detail with that second stamp. Now I've taken that same stamp, stamped it onto a post-it note and cut it out. And I'm going to stick that post-it note over that. And then I'm taking my tulip that's half closed and I'm going to stamp another one over there and one over here. And then we've got this piece which is like a single petal, which I'm going to stamp over the middle there, again with the pale papaya. And another one over here. Now I'm still not lifting up my mask because I want to stamp my leaves and stems. With my soft succulent. To stamp the stem from that one. And we're going to have another stem there. And another one over there. And some leaves in as well. Now I'm using the smaller leaf from the stamp set. There is the larger one as well, but with the size of scalloped rectangle, the smaller leaves just worked better for me. And I can put another one that's going here. There we go. And the last thing, we're just going to stamp these little black stamens in the center of the tulip over there. Now with my sponge dauber and my pumpkin pie ink, I'm going to just go around the edges here to give that nice colored edge, that it gives that definition around the edge of my scalloped rectangle. And before I put all my inks away, we want to stamp the inside of my card as well. But I just want to make sure which way, right, it's gonna go that way. Pumpkin pie. And now we're ready to assemble. The first thing that I want to do is stick down that little strip over there. And now we're going to stick our pieces of DSP onto their corresponding base cardstock. Then our inserts going into the card. Alright, now I like to do this a little bit almost backwards, I guess. I like to stick my second piece first, so lining that up, that it's against the insert. And then taking my end piece and gluing that in place. Now be careful because you want your dimensionals to go against that piece, so when you're flipping it over, it's that side. And I like to use the end pieces here and about 2 of the little zigzags along. We want the zigzags along the edge so that my straight pieces are going down the middle. And then we're going to pop that piece between the 2 pieces of paper over here. Now that can go onto the front. Now you want to be careful when you're sticking this, because you don't want your dimensionals right up to the edge, because then it's going to be sticking to those sides and you want it to pop up. You want those dimensionals going a bit closer in. And one in the middle, so that when we stick it, it's just catching. I'm going to stick it flat because I'm not going to manage it with it poking up, but it's sticking onto that middle bit and not on the edges, so that when we pop it up, it's giving us that nice bay fold. There's our cards all ready for Mother's Day. I'm sure that if you give that to your mom, she'll be really pleased with it. If you like my video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and you'll get a notification every time I put a new one on. Until the next time, happy crafting. Bye.